I think he's taking steroids. Yeah. I do 100%. I'm willing to bet that. All the money that I have, I'd bet.
I've always had my suspicions, and I
than me at first, but like, and for a very short time, like obviously it's not too much you could do about it if a guy doesn't want to fight you. But my thing is, like, just handle the business right. That's all. Just handle the business right. Don't think you're gonna do bad business with me and think it's just gonna be okay. No, we're gonna call you out every single time. Don't duck a fight with me and fight a YouTuber that's 200 pounds and think it's okay. It's not okay. I don't care what it, unless you took the proper, steps to do so. You could have told me that. You could have told me, all right, look, we're gonna take this Jake Paul fight, or your team could have reached out and be like, all right, look, we're gonna take this Jake Paul fight, and we'll circle back, or we won't. We just don't want to fight. It's cool, all right, but we're contracted to fight for a certain amount of purse and whatever the case may be. Like, it's not. It don't work like that. You can't breach a contract.
The news hit the fight world like a clean right hand to the jaw. Sudden, stunning, and almost unbelievable. Reports are exploding that Jake Paul has tested positive for steroids just weeks before his massive showdown with Gervonta Davis. And if this bombshell turns out to be real, it doesn't just threaten the fight. It could blow up Jake Paul's entire boxing career. This wasn't some playful influencer spar or celebrity exhibition. This was supposed to be Jake's moment to step into true boxing legitimacy. The fight that could finally silence critics and elevate him from internet star to real contender. But overnight, that climb toward credibility might turn into a free fall. So what's really going on here? Is Jake juicing? Or is this just another wildfire rumor fueling social media chaos before the lights hit on fight night? Remember, this matchup was already one of the most debated fights of 2025. A 195-pound catchweight, a 6 feet 1 inch YouTuber turned fighter stepping in against a 5 feet 5 inches knockout monster who naturally campaigns at 135. Critics were calling it a circus long before the scandal. And now the drama has gone nuclear.
Are you on performance-enhancing drugs?
If taking Viagra counts, then yes.
Andrew Tate says I do steroids.
I think he's on a bunch of steroids.
Yeah. So those aren't allowed in the sports that I do, boxing or WWE. So go yourself.
Can I?
And now, with swirling reports claiming Jake Paul has popped positive for steroids, the entire fight suddenly hangs in the balance. November might not even arrive before this matchup collapses. But let's be honest, this isn't the first time Jake's name has been tangled in performance-enhancing whispers. From the very start of his boxing journey, accusations have chased him like a shadow, fueled by his rapid transformation, his sudden power, and the disbelief that a YouTuber could bulldoze his way into the fight game this fast. Whether rooted in truth or jealousy, those rumors never truly left. And now they're louder than ever.
Speaking of bumps,
went right over it.
those little bumps you had on your face kind of alarmed me. You wouldn't be having to take PEDs, are you?
Listen, if you want to build in excuses right now,
No, I'm just asking.
go ahead.
Because I was just wondering. I looked at
ahead.
your face. It looked kind of serious. You had some rage and you acting all unorthodox. Those are signs of the PEDs.
I'm enraged. I'm not enraged at all.
Are you taking PEDs?
No, sir.
Not at all. Okay.
No, sir.
That's what I feel like. I don't care. You can be on horse tranquilizer steroids. You can get a whole new body from Walmart. You still getting slept.
Back in 2021, when Jake was starching former UFC names like Tyron Woodley and Ben Askren, people were already side-eyeing how fast his physique was changing. Then the whole drama with Dana White exploded and things really got heated. Dana straight up accused Jake of cheating and using steroids, even saying, "I'll drug test myself for cocaine for 10 years if you agree to random steroid testing for 2. That moment went everywhere. Jake just brushed it off and laughed, swearing he's clean, but fans never fully let it go. And the whispers only got louder in 2023 when MMA fighter Dylan Dennis jumped in, posting photos of Jake, Logan Paul, and KSI with a caption basically saying, "Don't do steroids, kids," reigniting the fire all over again.
What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fighting?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called cap on it. So if he won't call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it. I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his A game.
We went and took a circus show fight, and he said he's going to retire. I believe him.
Why do you say he's a circus show fight?
It's just for giggles. Jake Paul's 200 pounds, and he's whatever he is. So,
spoke to Roberto Diaz over in Florida, and I know he's part of your team. He was a little bit upset when all that news came out. He called it a duck. Would you call it a duck?
For sure. You can call it a spade, for sure. If we're contracted to fight and you go and take another fight, you breach that contract, you go take another fight, that's a clear duck. I mean, obviously. So.
He even highlighted Jake's breakouts and thinning hair, signs people often associate with steroid use, adding more fuel to the conspiracy that Jake's shredded frame might not be all natural.
Always love to make rumors up about me, but I do drug testing, the commission drug testing right before the fight, all these types of things.
They should focus on Canelo and his team, not on Jake Paul.
Yeah,
Jake Paul has been clean.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy that people that actually pop for this they don't call them out. And then I'm over here looking like a doughboy. I got love handles, dog. That's after not eating for 3 weeks, basically. So if I was on that it wasn't working.
Live only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Now jump to the present. Everything is spiraling all over again, and the timing couldn't be worse. Just ahead of the biggest fight of his career, rumors hit early this morning claiming Jake failed a surprise drug test. Nothing is officially confirmed yet, but honestly, fans aren't waiting for evidence. They've already decided the verdict. Social media is ruthless, people calling him caught in the act, saying Tank was right all along, branding Jake a YouTube cheater. Jokes are flying too. 195 pounds of protein shakes and PEDs. And it's not just the internet trolls. Even respected fighters like Shakur Stevenson and Lamont Roach have been clowning this matchup since day one, calling it a complete sideshow.
It is happening. WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis, who's unbeaten in 31 professional contests, takes on the self-proclaimed problem child, Jake Paul, one of the most influential and marketable global personalities. Paul and Davis square off in Miami after doubts around the fight being sanctioned in Georgia triggered a change in venue. Neither fighter can weigh more than 195 pounds. The weight is perhaps the most surprising factor. Paul has boxed most of his career around 200 pounds, the cruiserweight limit, but did tip the scales at 227 pounds when he faced off against Iron Mike Tyson last year. Davis, much smaller in stature, competes at the 135 pound mark and has also won world honours at super featherweight.
And despite some discussions about possibly dropping down to 10 ounces, the pair seems set to wear 12-ounce gloves.
And in terms of distance, despite the exhibition tag, the fight will play out over 10 3-minute rounds with 3 scoring judges at ringside, but the result will not be officially recorded on their professional records.
And now all those critics are sitting back like, told you this was coming. Because let's be real, Jake's physical evolution has been one of the biggest talking points since he stepped into boxing. When he first showed up in 2020, he was around 190 pounds, a little softer, still finding his shape. But by 2024, right before the Tyson fight, he looked like a completely different person, jacked, shredded, and reportedly walking around at 225 pounds. Even Mike Perry couldn't help taking a shot, joking that nobody puts on that kind of size without some sort of cheat code. But here's where it gets complicated. Jake wasn't blind to these accusations. He literally addressed this just weeks ago. In September, he told TMZ Sports there's full random drug testing in place, bragging that testers could show up at his door at any moment. He even threatened legal action against anyone spreading lies about PED use, saying he finds it flattering that people think he's too good to be natural. So if that's the case, if he's been tested randomly, like he claims, then where did this supposed positive result come from? Is this just internet hype spiraling out of control? A fake headline gone viral? Or did someone finally catch something fans have been whispering about for years? The line between rumor and reality is about to get tested just as hard as Jake is.
Jake Paul versus Tank, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone's talking about it. It's a whole thing. A lot of people liked it, didn't like it.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you first like saw that it was a thing?
It pissed me the fuck off, bro.
Yeah,
like,
why?
It just disappointing on mainly Jake's end. You know, we're not falling for the Disney Channel bit no more. We're not falling for you're not a fighter no more. We're not falling for that. You know, you're ranked as a cruiserweight and you're out here trying to fight a lightweight. And then on top of it, you were just talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. That doesn't make no sense. And, you know, I just felt like it was a disgrace to boxing and kind of it was not a good move by Jake Paul. You know, I understand people saying, you know, Gervonta got to go get his money, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, like, we're not talking about that shit. We're talking about the sport, bro. We're not talking about, oh, you got to get that money, bro. Yeah, but everybody's open to criticism. That's the whole point of this media shit. That's why they talk about basketball players. They don't talk about, well, LeBron's making too much. Like, nobody cares, bro. If LeBron's missing the shot, he's missing the fucking shot. So at the end of the day, bro, I just thought it was a disgrace to the sport. Because on one end, you know, you got the casuals, right? The casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Yeah. And if Gervonta Davis doesn't fuck up Jake Paul, they're going to think Jake Paul is some pound for pound champion type of fighter.
The timing of all this is raising eyebrows too. Jake's supposed to step into the ring with Gervonta Davis on November 15th in Miami. A match of people were calling risky even before the controversy. The size difference alone is wild. Jake's about 6 feet 1 inch and normally walks around close to 195 pounds, while Tank is 5 feet 5 inches and fights at roughly 135. Even with a catch weight in place, we're talking almost a 60-pound separation in natural size. It's a kind of gap that had fans worried from the start, and now this steroid drama just throws gasoline on the fire.
I think Tank never gave us the fights that we really wanted. Never really gave us those challenges. He never really challenged himself. He didn't give Brooks that rematch, which he should have. You know, Mayweather did it when he had a hard time with Maidana and Castillo. Right away, he did the rematches to prove everybody wrong, and look at what he did. He beat him clearly. So Tank should have done the same. He didn't. That I could criticize, but then at the end also, if you're making 30 to 50 million, I don't even know what he's making to fight, to have an exhibition against just Jake Paul, I would have asked, I would do the same.
Boxers like Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia didn't hold back either. They ripped this fight apart the moment it was announced. Haney even flat out said, "This isn't boxing anymore, it's WWE with gloves." To a lot of fighters and fans, this matchup already felt like a sideshow, and now, with the steroid drama swirling, it looks even crazier than before.
All right, I'm going to bring up the elephant in the room. Let's talk about PEDs. Because that's the reason why guys don't fight as often either. They've got to clear their systems from their PED use. So just to be honest, guys. So if you have a fighter who is using something or whatever, you're not going to see them fighting as often because it's a lot easier to get caught if you're not having that downtime to clear anything out of your system that's not supposed to be there. So let's be serious. I know we don't want to talk about the elephant in the room, but somebody's got to bring it up. Today it's me.
Fans were already roasting this matchup, calling it nothing more than a cash grab circus. But if Jake really popped dirty, this thing doesn't just look ridiculous anymore. It jumps from comedy to outright scandal, maybe even crossing into something that feels criminal.
I think he's taking steroids. Yeah. I do 100%. I'm willing to bet that. All the money that I have, I'd bet.
I've always had my suspicions, and
dude, I'm not even sitting here being like, fuck him for that at all. This doesn't make that clear.
Okay. I mean, but in combat sports,
what do you think? Do you think he is or he isn't?
I think he has for sure, but I don't know if he is currently.
Why would he not? If you know?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's looking in the mirror. He's in his bathroom. And he's like, Dylan, I'm gonna kill this. And he's like injecting his. Because he's like, I gotta protect Nina.
Yeah, facts. And he did. Fair play to him. He did. Listen,
and he's like, for all the criticisms, he's looking a little more angular in the face.
The thing I've always thought is like, how do you get bigger and then lean out as you get bigger? I don't know that I'm not.
How do you get bigger and then lean out as you get bigger?
Like, it's usually a process of getting bigger, leaning. He's leaning.
Now you're
out
onto
as
it.
he's
Now you're. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Let's break it down from the scientific angle for a moment. PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs, can supercharge an athlete's body, helping them pack on muscle at lightning speed, recover way faster, and punch with extra power. That's exactly why organizations like Veda and USADA don't play around. Their testing is strict, and even the tiniest trace of a banned substance can shut a fight down on the spot. This sport runs on trust and fairness. Once PEDs come into the picture, everything changes.